All right, we've been on the hot side. That's going to change. We haven't been super windy. That's going to change. And then we've been on the dry side. That's going to change as well. But first things first, cloudy skies in Cuero, but warm moisture pushing into the area. 81 degrees, still almost 10 degrees above the average. But look at 1909, 95 degrees. So we could be a lot warmer. All right, here's our temps. We've been skewing 81, 82, 85 degrees. Now a boundary comes through overnight Thursday into Friday. Look at temperatures now dropping in maybe the 40s, definitely into the 50s. But just like that, we'll start to warm up. We're going to see return flow out of the Gulf, and we'll warm up later on in the week. So yes, we're going to have about a couple cool days, nice ones, mid to upper 70s. Then we will return to the 80s. Now our dew points, those got knocked down a couple days ago. They replenished with a warm front coming back. But that cold front is going to wipe these suckers pretty clean. Not down to zero, but we're looking maybe in the 30s and 40s. But then they'll start to increase again during the weekend as we see a return flow out of the Gulf. All right, we've been on the breezy, windy side, 30, 35 mile per hour winds. Already winds in San Angelo, up near Dallas, San Antonio area. Looking at winds in that 45 mile per hour range. Those are headed our way. So we're definitely going to see winds. Advisories could be in place. So if there's anything that we don't see, if we don't get the rain and the cold, we're going to get the cool weather, but we're going to see some strong winds. So that is definitely probably paramount with this approaching boundary and storms. Here comes that boundary. Again, we're looking at winds. Now, again, the rain, I was talking about the rain. The rain actually might not be as bad because we're going to have a cap, a lid on the atmosphere. You see most of the activity taking place over to the north. So we need lift for the rain, for the thunderstorm development, but with the lid that's going to cap these storms, they're not going to be able to be as effective as they want to be. But if the energy is strong enough, they can overcome that cap or that lid on the atmosphere. So at the very least, if we don't see all the rain, the severe thunderstorms, we're going to see cooler air move in, and we're going to be on that windy side with potential winds in that 50 mile per hour range. Then after everything clears out, we'll be sunny. We will start to warm up, and eventually the high will shift over. We'll see more moisture pushing in, and more warm air will head back into the 80s later on in the week. Here's our future tracker. Here's what we got. So as that boundary comes through, it is bringing showers and showing rain. But again, it's going to be dependent upon that cap, that lid on the atmosphere that wants to slow down this rain progression. Then, hey, we're staying clear and dry pretty much the rest of the way after that boundary pushes through. Sunshine and eventually warmer temperatures. But here's a look at our radar. Here is what we have. So in the pink, those are thunderstorm watches. In the yellow, those are tornado watches. Not guaranteed to come down here, but look, part of our viewing area is under the severe weather, the severe thunderstorm watch. I talked about it though. With the cap in place, it could stifle this development and even most rain activity. But hey, we're going to continue to track these storms as we get closer a few hours from now. But look what's going on up there. I talked about that. Strong winds up there. We're seeing 50 mile per hour winds along this boundary. And hey, it's headed our way. So we're definitely going to see the winds if we don't receive that rain. And then eventually we are going to cool down because that cooler air is moving in behind the front and the boundary. So here's what we have. Seas occasionally get 9 feet, keeping bays on the rough side. That qualifies for small craft advisory. So please be careful on the waterway. So we go like that. The 70s this evening, that boundary starts to head our way. I got 60% chance for rain. And then look what happens. Ooh, down to 52 degrees with those winds and potential rain. That will feel like a nice shock to the system, very much on the chilly side. 73 tomorrow and sunny, but hey, still winds around 35 miles per hour. Those will start to lessen during the day. Here's what we have in Cuero. Later in the week, back into the upper 80s. And then in Port Lavaca, hey, on the water, we're staying near 80 for much of the week. And then right here in Victoria, here is what we have. That boundary comes through. We cool down. Look at that, though. 79 with lots of sunshine. 80 looking pretty good with partly sunny skies. But later in the week, we do warm up again before another cool down a week from now.